internet. What is really, really, really good? You know what it's the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And of course, I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on RWBY Volume 4, Episode 3. I have decided that I'm going to keep reviews from now on very short. So here's what happens. This was an episode about a ship, about a couple ships, a bionic arm, Grim in the Sea, and a tentacle rape monster. So, I'd like to thank you for joining me for another episode of Triple the Guy Speaks On, and with that, I will holler at you guys next time, man. Peace out. Did you really seriously think that it was going to be that quick? Really? You really thought that the video was, well, actually, you wouldn't even think the video's over because the video wouldn't have ended yet. Let's actually review this episode. How about we try that? How about we review the episode? Okay, let's see. What did I say? There was a ship. Yes. Blake, Belladonna. Wonderful alliteration. I've always loved it. Is on a ship. On our way back home, as we've learned to do whatever you do when you go home. I don't know, what do faunists do when they go home? But it was wonderful to see Blake again because, is that Blake has always been one of my side favorite characters because she's always been an interesting character to look at ever since that we, the viewer, learned about her faunist nature before she shared that with everyone else. It's like, I remember that moment. It's like, that was a heart-touching moment. I think that was back near the end of Volume 1 when we first found out that she was a faunist, that she was hiding this insane secret from her friends, from her teammates, people that she's supposed to be trusting and are supposed to trust her, and we could get all into that, but I just wanted to bring it up for the sake of bringing it up. So, we've learned where the B in Team RWBY is on a boat. It was interesting to really see, because this was an episode mainly because of the characters that were featured in the episode is Headspace. We didn't get a lot of really Headspace action when we were focused on RWBY and the rest of J and R. So we didn't get a lot of Headspace because it's more of we fighting for our lives now because we want revenge. And we talked about our Ice Princess Miss Weiss and how Daddy's an asshole, brother's a creep, mom brushes teeth with brown liquor. Y'all remember that? That joke was hot. Y'all should have laughed at that. But like I said, this episode was about Headspace because, again, there is a lot riding on Blake's mind right now because a lot of things happened at the end of Volume 3 because of her, and she took that pretty hard, and the first chance she got, she ran because she would have had to sit there and face all of that. And I guess this is her way of trying to cope and deal. And no one is going to fault her for that. Because, the Y in RWBY is the Y that the world seems to ship her with. And she lost an arm because of her. And all that stuff with the white fang is just stuff that she is wearing. Like a very humongous chip on her shoulder, but it looks like from what we've seen is that she's looking to solve her problem. So we'll talk more about Miss Belladonna in a minute, but let's get to waifu, baby. Let's get to Yang, and well, that was another hard thing to watch because, again, this is an episode about guilt and headspace, and Yang depressed as fuck. I think that's the nice way you talk about Miss Yang Xiaolong is she depressed as fuck. Well, I would be too if one of my teammates, I took a bullet for one of my teammates, and bullet in this case, losing my arm. So yeah, I'd be a little down in the fucking dumps too if I lost a fucking arm because you need arms to do stuff. And through the episode, we saw Yang making an attempt to cope. But we learned something very interesting. Because of this traumatic event, She is now suffering from PTSD, or post-traumatic stress syndrome for those who aren't really down with the, PTSDs. Let's just say a real word. Post-traumatic stress syndrome, children. That's what this is. I'm like, her daddy tried to give her a bionic arm. She could be the new combo fiend for all we know. And I shouldn't have said that at all. I don't think Yang, I think Yang gonna put on the arm, but putting on the arm is going to be an empowerment moment. If not, anytime in Volume 4, that's sometime early in Volume 5, because, again, we are talking about a series that, because of its previous events, have raised the stakes even higher. And it's that her empowerment moment is going to come when she understands that just because you get knocked down doesn't mean you stay down. So I am waiting for Yang to put that arm on, because that is going to be a triumphant I'm standing up for myself moment. But until then, we just gonna watch Yang just, be cute and just mope around. Be cute and just mope. So, like I said, I really didn't think when her old dude showed her the arm that she was gonna put it on anyway. But when I came out of the episode really thinking about it before I hit record, is that I kind of figured like, yeah, that's gonna be a moment, because we talked about this last week when we talked about that John and Paris shit that made me cry like a little bitch. That's gonna be another moment. That's gonna be another one of them heart moments right there when Yang put on that arm, because when it's time to go to work, because you want to see the characters you love overcome shit, and putting on that arm for her is going to be, like I said, that triumphant moment where I don't know if I want to say like the Yang that we all love is going to come back, because this is a Yang that lost an arm, is putting on a bionic one, and it's going to be worse for wear, as every other character in this series is. So, again, like I say, the moment she puts on that arm is going to be for a legitimate reason. It's just that it's going to take something very traumatic and very dramatic to push her over the edge to be like, yo, I got to get back in the fight. I gotta do what only Yang can do. And I am waiting for that moment, because she my girl. She my favorite character. So, I'm waiting to see my girl do business. Speaking of business, today's fight, that was hot. I didn't know they made Grim and Sea Monsters. That's new. Sea Monster Grim, son, we got these. You know what? I just randomly thought about that. And actually, before I open my mouth, because I get my one Google an episode. I get my one Google episode. Yep, that is correct. You might be wondering what it was that I Googled. I wanted to make sure that I was referencing the correct Final Fantasy boss. That boss being Evray from Final Fantasy X. See, I know my Final Fantasy X. I know Final Fantasy 2 a lot better because Riku and Les told me, but that's not the conversation here. That was an amazing fight. I have to say, it's like, between Blake doing her thing, between the homeboy's son coming in doing what he do, and the boat, the MVP. The people on the boat busting shots, they the MVP. I'm giving an MVP award because, but here's the thing now. What I am coming to see that I really like about the new style of the show is how powers are manifested and visualized to the audience. Between that answer to the question about who's RWBY, what RWBY's movement tech remind me of, which I never ever got back into research to think about. But you see Sun got like electric clones, and you see Blake moving so fast she making doubles and triplicates of herself and shit. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that the show is going all the way fucking anime, dog. I'm not gonna lie. The show is going all the way fucking anime, and I'm loving every month. No, stop that. Because McDonald's might sue, and maybe Snoop or Justin Timberlake, but damn it. that fight was hot. It's like it was a lot. It was everything that you want to fight to be in that situation. That the fight worked and everything in it, including Sun being Sun, because that gave the fight a lot more laughter and a lot more heart because he was joking around. The thing was afterwards is that's when we learned everything about Blake, and maybe I shouldn't have mentioned earlier, but it's a review. If you watching this, you already watched the damn episode anyway. Was we learned what Blake's initial goal is to go home. What she does after that, nobody knows. But are we really now pushing the Sun Blake relationship? Are we really pushing that ship right now? Are we? Because I'm not sure. I'll have to get back to you on that. I don't have a ship answer. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I've seen pictures of Yang and Blake that would convince me otherwise. However, the thing about this episode was the very last couple of minutes with Salem and Cinder and the tentacle rape monster. Well, it wasn't really a tentacle rape monster, except it looked like a grandma ball with like things hanging out of it, and her admitting to killing Ozpin, which might be something more to that than I know. So I'm not really sure what the hell going on with Salem and them. I don't know. I will not sit up here on the review and pretend like I know what the hell going on, but Cinder said a word. We should applaud that or something. She spoke. Yay. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. I'm like, I don't know what to really take from what's really going on with Salem, because it's like we know they squatted up and all that. We know all of that, but given what we know and what we've learned about Cinder and her squadron and how that all relates to what's really going on with Salem, is that, of course, there is some underlining bad guy, or in this case, bad girl thing going on there somewhere, but there hasn't been really any, like, nudges and winks and tutus and ha-has about what that actually is, which is a good thing, because you don't want all the answers, but you like the show to give you some, but I'm not asking for any, so how about that? How about that's the give and take here, that I would like some answers, but I appreciate the show's not giving me any, because I'm going to tune in every week, but that's another reason to pay more attention when those characters are on the scene, to try to see what it is that I can pick out and learn. All we know is it's a fight still at Beacon, whatever the hell's going on over there, and we saw, and actually early in the episode, Glenda's still trying to get into place. So I don't know what's up with Glenda. I'm like, I want to see what's up with her. That woman lost her closest confidant and friend, and there was never really any like explanation what Glenda and Ozpin's relationship actually was, but there is probably something romantic happening there, but we don't know. Unless there was some world of episode render I missed where the two of them went on a date or something. I don't know. But it will be interesting to see the show get back to that point to where, because when I really legitimately think about it, I don't really know anything about Glenda. We really didn't get a chance to really learn a lot about Ozpin either. And I think that now we watch a show where a show could dedicate some time to that backstory, if there's something worthwhile to tell. Which I think, given what Glenda can do and given how beast Ozpin was, is that there's something there that could be explored, but I don't think you waste storyline time on that. That's something, that's a side episode. That's like a little bonus 5-minute episode where Glenda tells her history or something. I don't think you waste an episode on that, unless you finna go back to see what the hell going on in Beacon, and then everything is retold in flashbacks of Glenda's life or something. But other than such, I don't know if you really waste time world building with a character which I don't think is really going to have much interaction with the current course of the plot as it is right now. So yeah, I think I covered everything. There was a ship, a whole bunch of ships, a sea monster, a bionic arm, and a tentacle rape monster, and post-traumatic stress syndrome. I didn't name that earlier. and that fake review that was at the beginning of this. So I think I have accomplished my job here today. I have succeeded. We talked about an episode of RWBY. Hooray for me. I'm so proud of me. Pat myself on the back. I'm amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will be giving an encore later this evening about a whole different subject. Hint, hint, winkety wink. I'm not done with y'all yet, but that's a separate video. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I got to make that other video that I just talked about happen, the encore episode of Triple the God Speaks on 4, this Saturday evening. So with that being said, just in case you forgot, because I just said my name like 5 or 6 seconds ago, I am the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And of course, I'd like to thank you for once again joining me for another episode of Triple the God Speaks on. And with that, I'll holler at you guys next time, man. Peace out.